Substitution on the field. Number 26, Havertz.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides. So that's two now without reply.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now, and surely, Peter, we're not going to see any complacency after that.
He's going to be disappointed with that. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Just 5 minutes remaining now. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Could move up a gear here. Oh, he's onto this. Oh, he's all alone. Shot a goal! Relentless! Just relentless! And they are disappearing out of sight.
Oh, he did so well to hold his run and stay on side, Peter. That was really clever.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Marquinhos promptly onto that, and that is that. Lobbed in behind. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, that was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps. The winners were so good at times. A side that can and will trouble more or less everyone.
A quick reminder today that smoking is
after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Shun and Belmare desperately failing to impose themselves on the game. Decidedly flat, disjointed in so many areas on the pitch, and you're never going to win like that.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom, and to wish you all a very good evening.
I am first. I mean, or I am first. Yes, bro, you are first. I think you are only the one watching the video. For people watching, welcome to the stream, guys. Please subscribe.
Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So we're up and running.
Now there's a headline maker, Steven Gerrard.
Vocal Torres! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
He's in a great position here. Nice interception, well timed. Schneider tries to pass it through. He's in one-on-one, and a chance! And it's a goal! He does it all with an air of efficiency and simplicity.
Oh, that's excellent composure, because the keeper put as much pressure on as he could by not committing sooner.
Schoen and Belmare finding themselves unexpectedly behind.
Now it's
Threads one in. Roberto
Carlos.
Carlos delivers with whip. Azar!
decision.
Costa Curta. Messi. And he was quick to react. Albert Ferrer. And it's Roberto Carlos. Looking for the run. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Tomori. Now it's Hazard. And he cuts out the supply. Schneider. Now, can they get him away? Now it's Dembele. Schoen and Belmare are behind here, despite their domination of possession. That's good running with the ball. And the through ball. Dembele gets flagged offside. Cafu, that's really well manoeuvred.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to...
Chance for a shot! Dembele! Brilliant! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And they're threatening to fly away here.
Yeah, a fantastic run and a fantastic pass to play him in. Both needed to be timed to perfection, and they were.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. Liverpool are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
And he's being shifted off it. Davids.
This is the time you need that pace.
Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos delivers. Diogo Costa deals with that nice and simple. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Oh, there's a probing ball, and it's been played through. Now he's... Decent chance! Torres might just make this. That pass isn't the best. Not the most convincing of passes. Can he get on the end of this? Now it's Torres.
Minutes has been indicated.
Cafu back in possession and takes the shot. It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Skillfully cut out. And it's half-time. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
That parking in the area around the
That
stadium
just
is
about
strictly
sorts out
forbidden.
the first 45 minutes,
Parking
and we'll be back with the
or any
second
other paid
very
parking
soon.
Facilities in the area.
Sandeep, hello bro, hi bro. Welcome to the stream.
So we're underway for the second half.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
Now it's Diogo Jota. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
He has found a way through. And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. And we have our very first corner. Schoen and Belmare have the chance to go the other way. Hazard will not want to... Tries from a long way out. Keeper is right behind it.
Schoen and Belmare seem to have deployed this as a tactic that may need reconsideration.
Van der Vaart. Liverpool are inclined to exhibit a more cavalier approach to the game, Jim.
Yeah, possession-based football can be expansive and stylish, provided you have enough ballers in your team and someone who can dictate the tempo. It's not a style that anyone can necessarily play easily, Peter.
That has ended up in no man's land. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Looking for options for movement. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Fletcher with a fine tackle. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Oh, that's fabulous. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Van der Vaart. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. It had to be. That's gone all the way through to the keeper. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And there goes the final whistle. Well, that was a frustrating game. They were, at times, cohesive, very capable, but undone by an opponent who simply did a better job. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or...
Hi bro, welcome to stream. I I mean I mean no Roman. Welcome to the stream. I mean no Roman.
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So off we go then. Well, they do call it the beautiful game, and the man we see before us now personifies all that is good about it. He is known simply as the King.
It's as though the game was made especially for him.
Voted the greatest player of the 20th.
What the fuck?
Massive goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
You just know there is no stopping that.
Well, Peter, it would have taken something incredible for the keeper to keep that one out. It was absolutely spanked.
Shonen Belmare. Oh, he's been... And Torres! That's where it came from. And that is expertly dealt with.
Fletcher.
And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
India clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Kimmich's cross. Oh, it just needed a better touch, and you could see his annoyance.
Yeah, very careless, and I leave it at that.
Ferrer.
Threads one in. Oh, well played, well sorted out.
Carlos. Ferrer. Ferrer.
Shonen
Nice.
Belmare really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Kimmich.
Kimmich tries to pass it through. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup.
India really are one of these sides that pride themselves on their ability to maintain possession.
Yeah, and some would say that that means they play the game the right way.
Yeah, but of course, it's decisive passes that's going to matter in the longer term. There's no good in holding on to the ball just for the sake of it.
Kimmich. Kimmich cross.
Kimmich gets a cross in. And he gets rid in a hurry.
Fletcher.
Oh, that's ambitious. Azar. Now it's Pele. And he plays one for Owen looking sharp there.
That was a great ball that looked right on the money. Trying to get behind the defence is something that can work well here.
Zanetti was in no mood for any of that. A quick look, thought about cutting inside.
Ferrer.
Nice interception, well timed. And it's been hooked away. Now that looks a decent ball. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
So, a temporary halt to the action. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Shonen Belmare unable to get back onto level terms before half-time. They trail 1-0.
It's been a pretty tepid display. They'll want to use this break wisely to regroup and come out with some fresh initiatives. This is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. And we get things going again.
Shonan Belmare really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Hazard picks it up out wide. Great vision. Pele. And he's intervened well there. Kimmich. Aimed beyond the defence. He's chosen to go back.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played.
It's gone for a throw-in. Oh, he's bustling through here. It's Pele! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Pele really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
India with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Getting up there! That's the throw. Shonan Belmare, still this single goal behind. No outsmarting him this time. Now it's Bale. It's run loose here. Neither of these two want to come off second best.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
He's going for goal! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Shonan Belmare can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Well, this could be a bit of a nightmare scenario for the defence, as you're going to be facing a very willing runner now, especially one that likes to make those runs beyond.
Applies the finish! Denied by an instinctive save.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Corner number 2 then. Marquinhos is there, and the volley. Keeper's not concerned by that.
Well, let's just consider that one a rangefinder, Peter. It certainly wasn't troubling the goalkeeper.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Played out towards the right wing.
India clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Shonan Belmare have now used up all but one of their substitution windows. Dani Olmo going face-to-face with his great rival. Oh, he's found support out wide. Doesn't quite get there. Now, can they get him away? Can he finish?